Hi, I am Rebecca Barton, and this is my Module 1 presentation. So, a little bit about me. I live in Wichita, Kansas. I've been married to my husband, Alan, for 5 years. We have two kids together. So, we have Paige, who's 3.5, and Henry, who is 10 months. I teach in Hayesville, Kansas, which is just, a few miles south of Wichita. I have been teaching for 6 years. I taught kindergarten for 5 years and then just moved to fourth grade this year. I graduated from Friends University. I am super active in our church. I teach chapel once a month. I work in the nursery. I help out with VBS in the summer. Some random things. I love the color pink, which is probably rubbed off on my daughter, who also loves the color pink now. And I love spending time with my family. I am an Oklahoma Sooner fan. I was kind of like born into that. It's who my dad and my mom like, and then I married into it because my husband likes OU and his parents. I was born in Oklahoma, but then moved to Kansas for college, and then ended up meeting my husband here, and then I just stayed here. Some hobbies: love spending time with my family. I love doing logic problems like crosswords and different things like that. I love crafting. I don't get the chance to do that very often, just with kids and grad school and working. And I love watching movies. It's something that my husband and I do when we get a chance to do that. Some more things about me. I am the oldest of three. There's three girls in my family. And then my two sisters that are younger than me, they are actually twins, which was kind of a interesting thing because there's no twins like in my mom's family or my dad's family. My mom is an accountant. My dad is retired just because of some health issues that happened recently. My family values are faith, strong work ethic, and commitment. I grew up with my family, and going to church was a big part of our family. We went on Wednesdays, we went on Sundays. It was important that we were reading our Bible, and I've grown into that and brought that to my family now. Having a strong work ethic has been super important. My dad didn't go to college, but that didn't matter. He still had a job, and he always worked hard for our family, doing what he needed to do to provide for our family. And commitment is super important, that you are sticking to what you say you're going to do. A little bit about my dad's family. So they originated from Germany. Then they ended up settling down in Missouri, and we're not quite sure when they moved to Missouri. So my grandpa was actually born in Missouri, but then raised in Oklahoma, where he ended up staying and then having his family there. My mom's family has a little bit of German and a little bit of Irish in them. Her family settled down in the southern states, and then eventually they moved up to Kansas, and that's where my mom was born and then raised. So here are some pictures that kind of represent me and my family and who I am. The first picture on the left is my sisters and their spouses, and then my kids, my husband, and that was Christmas this year, and that is who we are. We are fun and goofy and connected as a family, and we all have a super tight bond, and they all love my kids and adore them, and it's just a picture that represents me and my family and who we are. The picture in the middle is me and then four of my really good friends, friends that are there for me and support me, and that you can talk to about anything. And it's such a value that I have good friends in my life. The last picture are my children, and that picture brings me so much joy. I love the smiles on their faces, and I love getting to see them. I picked these three pictures along with the other ones because they are just pictures that represent who I am and my life and things that are important to me. So here's the next pictures. The first picture in the corner is my husband and my two kids. They are my family and my rock, and I love spending time with them and getting to see them. The next picture is my sister and her husband and my two kids. They are seriously the best aunt and uncle in the world. They come down and spend time with my kids. They do what they can to be there for birthdays and holidays and, baby dedications. And we have to FaceTime them a lot just because my daughter is so close to them and they live in Kansas City, so we don't get to see them often. She just wants to talk to them and tell them about her day and how things are going. The bottom picture in the left corner is my daughter and my son, and then my two nephews on my husband's side. The four kids are super close in age, and they love each other. They love playing together, they love being together, and it's just such a joy to have kids that are growing up with their cousins and that they have such a a close bond with each other. The last picture on this slide is my husband and I. Like I said, we've been married for 5 years, so we've gone through a lot of trials and hardships and things like that. And he has seriously been there supporting me left and right. He's been so supportive with going to grad school, even though, we have kids and all of that. And I'm just so blessed to have such a strong support system. The last three pictures that I chose that represent me and that are, just kind of describe me. The first one is my husband and my daughter. It's so true that daughters have such a special bond with their dads, and she has such a special bond with their dad. This is a picture that I don't even know that my husband knew I took of them, but they are just laying in a tent together, bonding and watching a movie. And that was such a special moment to watch those two. I mean, still, they have such a special, connection. The middle picture is my aunt and I at Christmas this year, and she has been such a supporter and so important and helpful to my family. She's been so supportive of my grad school stuff. She has been there when we needed a sitter because our daycare was closed. She's watched my kids. She loves my kids, and she's more like a mom to me. And it's super important that, you know, she is a strong part of our family just because of how much she's done for us and all of that. The last picture is of baby dedication when we dedicated my son. He's actually not in the picture. It's just my daughter and I, and then the family next to us are like really close friends, and they have kids that are the same age as us. So it was really cool to go through that experience together and dedicate our youngest kids together. Um, all these pictures are just so important to me, and I just feel like by looking at these pictures, you get to know a little bit more about me and what I value and things like that.